Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Chandrasekhar. Good morning, Arish. Good morning, Aditya. Good morning, Shreyash. Good morning, Rohan. Good morning, Aditya. Good morning, Vedant. Good morning, Elroy. So let's go through what we have considered in previous session. So we were considering the historical sources. So broadly, we have two types of historical sources called literary sources in the form of literature and the archaeological sources. Now, further these sources get divided into different types. So as far as, good morning Adesh, as far as literary sources are concerned, they are further having two types called indigenous and foreign sources. Again, the indigenous and foreign sources get developed into different types. So indigenous sources were having the religious and secular sources. Further secular sources are having its different categorizations as Hindu text, Buddhist text, and Jain text. And the secular indigenous texts are historical text, semi-historical text, and biographical text. So as far as Hindu texts are concerned, we do have Vedas, Upanishads, Mahabharata, Ramayana, Purans. Right. Buddhist text, we do have it in two languages, Pali language and Anupali text. Right. Then we have considered the Jain text, which are called 12 Angas and 12 Upangas. See, these are the only example. That means only these many texts are there or literatures are there. No. Apart from these, there are some other literatures which we will be seeing. Then we have considered historical text, right? Very first example of this, we can consider Kautilya's Arthashastra, right? Then in that, we have later on considered the semi-historical sources, which is called Panini's Astadhyayi. Then we have in this category the biographical text, that is the lives of royal patrons, right? A theme of literary works of any of the biographical text is like this. And many a times these were simply eulogy verse, like prashasti, right? Prashansa. Then second kind of the literary sources are the foreign sources, in which now you will be having different kinds of foreigners, right? From foreigners by Greek, right? Or the, there were different invaders. So along with these invaders, at that time there were different people, right? Or even parallelly or separately, you can consider some other foreigners were entering for the purpose of as a visitor, as merchant, right, to do, then as ambassadors, then as a pilgrim, as historians, as travelers, right? So we have from the foreign sources by Greek, China, Tibet, right, and Arabian, which are called Greek sources, Chinese sources, Tibetan sources, and Arabian sources. Then second category of the historical sources which we have considered is archaeological sources. So in archaeological sources, here you do have the father of Indian archaeology as Sir Alexander Cunningham. Right? So Sir Alexander Cunningham, who was the father, who was termed as the father of Indian archaeology. Right? So prior to that, no doubt, Britishers have established the Survey of Archaeological or All India Archaeological Society. Right? So this is the case you can always consider as far as archaeology is concerned. Now, here again, if you consider the three different kinds of archaeological sources, as like the literary sources were divided into two main categories. Here, the archaeological sources are having its three different kinds called inscriptions. Right. Again, these are each of these further dividing into two types, as the the indigenous sources have or secular sources have divided into two kinds, right? So here you do have inscriptions as foreign inscriptions and indigenous inscriptions, then coins, which are again foreign coins and indigenous coins, right? And now, sorry, I said all of three, right? So monuments, you can only consider monuments. So here you cannot have indigenous and foreign kinds of, right? So monuments. Then later on we have considered prehistoric period. So we started before 30 lakh years, and it extends till 600 BC. So 30 lakh BC to 600 BC. So it is a lithic age, which is called the Stone Age, right? Which is further divided into different categories. First is lithic age, called Stone Age, which was from 30 lakh BC to 1000 BC. Right? So why it is called lithic age? Because the stone implements were in a great amount. So the use of the stone implements was in a great amount. And therefore, again, it is divided into three different kinds of, let's say, of this period. So it is divided into three different categories, right? Depending on what kind of stone you are using. So Paleolithic age, Mesolithic age, and Neolithic age. Fine. So very first we have considered that is Paleolithic age. So in Paleolithic age, you will be always having Paleo stands for old. So it is a old stone age, which was extended from 30 lakh BC to 10,000 BC. Then I think, okay. So as far as India's Paleolithic discoveries are concerned, right? So the Robert Bruce, who had first discovered the Paleolithic or evidences that there was Paleolithic age, right? And what kind of implement he got? So he got a hand axe, right? Hand axe in particular in Tamil Nadu, right? So on the basis of differences in the stone implements, they were categorized into this Paleolithic age, further categorized into the lower, which is also called as the earlier Paleolithic age, then the middle Paleolithic age, and the upper Paleolithic age. So in lower Paleolithic age, you have the implements as hand axe, cleaver, chopper, right? Then in middle age or middle Paleolithic age, the implements made up of by flake, and obviously in the latter Paleolithic age, the implements made up of the flake and the blade. So I think till this point we had reached in the previous session, right? That is on Saturday. So I think yesterday you had a holiday, right? and that would be the probably first holiday from 21st of April, those who were there for SPI. Right? So from 31st April to yesterday, we all were consistently meeting, right, without any gap. Anyway, so let's okay. Just a minute, I will put it off. Fine. So now you can consider the things which we can have. You know, in this period during the Paleolithic human life, right? During the Paleolithic age, what kind of human life was there, right? So obviously, human life will be always categorizing into different things called food, the covering of body, that is what kind of cloths, then the dwelling, right? So whether they have certain places to hang on, or where they were the wanderers, and what kind of the food consumers, then the disposal of the dead body, right? And what kind of the what can consider the implements, right? So they were using. So these are the different things. So as far as food is concerned, so the life of Paleolithic people was totally primitive, which is called fundamental, right? And they were largely dependent on hunting and nature giving things, right? So life of Paleolithic age, life of Paleolithic, okay, age, that's fine. So human life of human life of Paleolithic age. So this is true. Human life of Paleolithic age. Now, as I said, it was largely depend on which factors it was. So largely depend on the hunting and nature giving things. Nature giving things. Right. So their food was, what was their food? Meat, fruit, root. Right. So their food mostly consists of meat. Probably you must have gone through these: meat, fruit, and root. Meat, fruit, and root. They did not know how to grow the grains and vegetables, their food was even not cooked, right? And their even their clothes were not sewn, and they had no houses. So that kind of life, right, was there. So as they were not familiar with the use of fire, right? So after a long time period, at any time around uh, 2 lakh BC to 1 lakh BC, they discovered the fire. Fine. So the discovery of fire was though as an accident, but it striped, right, the it enhanced the quality of life, right? So the striking of two pieces of quartzite stone, which was produced a spark, right? And when it touched any of the dry leaves or the twigs, right, it get into the flame. So that way they have discovered the fire. So this is the way they learned to make a fire. Now, with the help of fire, they were in position to cook the fleshes, right? Animals. So जे अगोदर कच्चं मांस खात होते, so that was being cooked, and to keep the animals away from the sheltering or the resting places. So thus the discovery of fire have made a significant difference to man or the life of the human life of the Paleolithic age, right? And it can be regarded as the major discovery, right? Now see, from where the human beings are making the discoveries, right? So it is not discoveries of modern age, fine. Then, as I said, they had no, their clothes were not sewn, right? So they had very little care about their clothes. So when the weather was warm, they wear, right, over the little clothing, and in rainy or winter season they wrapped the skins of the animals, right, or sometimes the barks of trees or large leaves on their bodies as clothes, right? So झाडाची साल लावणे, मोठे मोठे पानं लावणे. It depends on again season. If it is winter season and rainy season, bigger size. If it is summer, smaller one, right? Like we do 1/4, right? Or the shorts and the kind of and sweaters. So adaptation anyway. So they were their dwelling. So they had no. So this was food. Here I can consider clothes. Right, depend on season. Right. So short clothes in summer and long or complete wrapping of body in winter and rainy season. Fine. Then here you can consider the dwelling. Fine. Now here you can have the thing called dwelling. Fine. So it stands for anybody? So they had no certain dwelling places and used to live as wanderers. Right? Dwelling ghar. Fine. So here you can consider the case, right, of wanderer. So no certain dwelling. No certain dwelling. Fine. So they use as they live as wanderers. So when in need, they used to take shelter in the caves, forest, or in the leafy branches of the large trees, right? And sometimes down the trees, right? So in some of the caves, uh, the paintings, right? In some of the caves, Bhimbetakka. Let's see what I want to tell you. Right. So there is a cave. It is in Yampi. Bhimbetakka. Right. So the paintings are found in such kinds of cave or in some of the caves. This is for example, and that ascertain that the past phase of Paleolithic age, right? So the paintings are stating that the paintings were made in the Paleolithic age. So that you can consider. Obviously, it will be with the help of archaeology, no doubt. Right. So, and that is the evidence that they must have lived in the caves. Right. So this clarifies that the rock painting had been begin in the uh, Paleolithic age. Right. Probably maybe the latter Paleolithic age we can consider in. Right. So that is the case you can always consider. Now, the food consumers, right? So only food consumers. See why I am making you all to go through this, because whatever the period, whatever may be the certain time period you will be learning, that will be always in this aspect, right? So how the society had changed, so how the culture had changed. So now you can consider the paintings, right? I will write paintings, right? So paintings are stating about the culture, right? So only food consumer. Next point you can consider. The main neither knew animal husbandry or crop cultivation, right? Nor making the potteries. So in this age, the men were food gatherers, and for the food supply, they largely depend on nature. So it means they were consumers only of foodstuffs. So they couldn't become food producer yet, right? So not food producer. Keep in mind, right? So they were only consumers of food, and that will be completely depending on the nature, right? So there were no specific differences in the lifestyle of men and the wild animals. Okay, so you can consider, and mainly of okay, so depending on the nature. The most important part, disposal of dead person. Disposal of dead person. They were unaware of the funeral rites of the dead person. So they left the dead person in open space without performing any kind of rituals, and where the corpses of dead person are consumed by birds or animals, right? So in later on, after some maybe in the latter Paleolithic age, right, they used to throw away the dead bodies away from the place where they live, and once their complete skin, it only when only the skeleton was remained, right? So till that they were kept it open, and then later on they destroyed the skeletons by what you can consider ते पुरून टाकायचे किंवा दूर टाकून द्यायचे. So that was the case you can always consider. So this is the part you will be always having about the Paleolithic age. Fine. So here you can consider the next point in the in this row. That is obviously the Mesolithic age, right? I think Paleolithic is now the Mesolithic. Mesolithic age or period you can consider. And now in this you can consider, so Meso stands for middle, right, plus stone. So it becomes the middle stone age, right? So middle stone age, which was from, obviously it was from around 10,000 BC to 4,000 BC. Fine. Then what kind of things must have happened in this period? Right. So in middle Paleolithic age, as I said, the chief implement stone, right? So here, chief implement stone was flake. So the implements made up of flakes, right? Okay, so the implements were mainly made by the flakes, right? So this is also called as the flake culture. So this period is also called as flake culture. Fine. So the making of the implements, right? In the very good quality quartzite, right? So good quality quartzite. The quartzite is a kind of rock, right? So a type of stone used. So good quality quartzite used in this period. And if you consider the precious stone like the jade, jasper, flint, which were used in plenty of the implements making, right? So that is what you can always consider as far as this one. Now here the most important thing you can consider, so state wise where this particular